KMR, Kyle Mohan Racing, and welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about the 3-rotor swapped MX5 today. We're getting ready for the HotPit season opener, and it's been the off season. And this car now really has been in this configuration since 2016, 2017. And the past couple of years, we brought it out of retirement, ran HotPit, which is a West Coast drift series. Very fun, great tracks, our season openers at Irwindale. And so without doing any crazy modifications, we've been doing some very important general maintenance. And we're going to go over some of the updates and maintenance we've done before we get out and drift this car about a week from now. So during the off season, a lot of our focus went into the Formula Drift car, some of the shop work, some of the videos. So we left the full drivetrain in the car. Transmission, quick change differential, engine, turbo, pretty much is all in there from last season. It's running great. We changed the fluids, fresh renewable lubricants and everything, and obviously fresh plugs, fresh belts, fresh oil filter, fresh brake fluid, and flushed things like the oil coolers and intercoolers. I don't mean like flush fluids, I mean like flush the fins, because in drifting we get a lot of rubber debris that actually gets in through the intake of our intercooler and oil coolers, as well as our radiator in the back. So kind of cleaning those Mishimoto and Sperco coolers up so they can just do their job again and allow the Mishimoto fans to pull as much air through as possible, because in drifting, again, we're going sideways. So even though we have some ducting and good airflow, when we're extremely sideways and at high RPM, a lot of times we're really just running on or relying on the fans to do the majority of our cooling. Going through, changing some of the rubber couplers. We did do wastegate maintenance. We're trying to get boost to stabilize in this car a little bit. I don't know what the hammer's doing over here. That's not part of wastegate maintenance, but we did do some wastegate maintenance. Right now it's the same turbo as last year, same configuration. I did like how the car was performing, so I think we're going to stick with that. We did make some WiseFab suspension adjustments. The quest for stable angle in this MX5 and good usable drivability. We've got a brake biased adjustment in this car, and we're trying to get it to maintain deep angle both under deceleration and acceleration. So some minor adjustments to the WiseFab in the front regarding our Ackerman, toe and caster, which I think should help, but obviously we're going to go out to Irwindale and drift it against walls. That's going to be our testing. But I think we're on the right track. And then in the back, like I was saying, the radiator, we've got all the ducting off. We've been flushing out all of the rubber, which you can still see. There's quite a bit of rubber caught in the radiator. So still blowing that out. But the fans are working good. The ducting's working good. It's got a rear water pump, rear radiator setup. The nice thing about rear radiator, rear water pump is it's not only getting fresh air separate from the oil coolers and intercoolers, but it's also allowing for more capacity, because you've got your dash 12 line size, and that line going from the front of the back of the car, as long as you got proper ability to purge air, a high point that you can vent from, and you've got a decent pump. We're running a Mazir, I think it's the 50-gallon pump. Universal, then I think separating radiators and oil coolers for safety of components, for best airflow possible, is always a good idea. The back of the car is still a little beat up. We're going to go drag it on some walls, so we made sure all of our taillights are working, repositioned everything, got the wing mounts squared away, but left the bumper drags, because I'm just going to go do that again next weekend. We did have to change some relays, do some wiring updates. We need to clean some things up, but just general maintenance. And then a little bit of a new boot around our HGT shifter, trying to keep the smoke out of the cab. This car always tends to suck in a lot of smoke. Basically, the back tire swirl You get low pressure and it comes right in the cab, blocks my view, so we definitely don't need any extra smoke coming up through the shift tunnel anywhere else. And that's part of why we have this bulkhead back here and this kind of hidden fake roof that's not a real roof, just some Lexan. Is basically not because we want to run them, but for safety and to create a low pressure point back here so the low pressure point isn't right in front of the window. And that's the same reason why we have these holes up here up front, is we're letting air as we're going sideways come in through the front window, try to add some positive pressure to the engine or driver area, so the low pressure area stays behind the back window and we're able to pull air through the radiator with decent efficiency. And then ducting to try to keep as much of the rubber debris out as you can. And you can see we get a lot of rubber debris. We're doing some stuff with this rubber debris. We're getting creative. We're making some souvenirs. We get so much buildup on the backs of the cars. It's a shame to let it go to waste. So, watch for that soon. We got some fun stuff in the works. And that's just kind of the general walk around. Spring rates are staying the same. Maybe a little bit more power, a little bit more torque. Oh, we changed all the fuel filters, cleaned out the fuel filters, did some general fuel pump maintenance. We're running ethanol. Everything looked really good, which is fantastic. So we're going to just keep doing what we're doing. It's renewable lubricants premix, no clogging issues, Haltech computer, precision turbo, Exity clutch, Megan suspension with Swift springs. We got the Vitor tires, E-Flex fuel. Shout out to Mazda Tricks. All the KMR crew, HotPit, Shop Squad. Check out Shop Squad. They're always dropping some great tech knowledge. And then, of course, the only plug I would run, NGK plugs. Competition. Don't forget it. Some 11.5s, as cold as you can get. Some great ceramic right there. And I wish I could change this headlight, but these headlights are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So we're just going to remain with the cracked headlight and the little LED front because we're going into battle. We're really just going to go drive hard, shoot fireballs. HotPit's all about having a really good time. Great fans, great cars, and it's outside of the normal Formula Drift competition. We don't have to adhere to some of those exact same rules. We can run a little lighter. I think they allow some different tube frame modifications, a little bit wider variety of cars, all on a smaller tire size and unlimited horsepower. So, kind of a neat, different opportunity to go have some fun with the cars and the engines we love to build. And so make sure to check out KMR if you need rotary engine service, if you need rotary engine parts. Check out Mazda Tricks. And we just got to be grateful for the opportunity. 2024. Thank you guys very much. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to check out the KMR swag, t-shirts, fun stuff available. And we're going to see everybody out at HotPit. So that's a brap. It's a loud brap. Brap.